Did you hire a PI? What did they find? 877-995-4681 to call. 99338 text. The best one, you're going to win the tickets. Let me go to, okay, so this is real name Katie. Good morning, Katie.
Good morning.
So you hired a PI with your parents, right?
Oh.
Well, I did it. My parents hired him.
Okay.
But I was helping with some of the findings.
Okay, so why did they hire the PI and what did they find?
Well, so it's a super long story, so I'll abbreviate it for you. But basically, this guy was going on bases. So my dad was in the Army and would befriend these soldiers, and kind of would say he flipped houses and stuff, and so he'd convince them to invest money with him, and he'd go in on these flips together. Well, it ended up being that he was actually using that money to pretty much live off of, and that he'd actually been doing it for years. And so they basically were collecting all this information so that they could take him to court and everything if he wasn't going to pay it all back.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Yeah, so did it end up working out?
It ended up being way deeper than I think we thought it was going to be.
Wait, what happened? Katie, what happened?
He paid it all back, or is about to. I think he was doing installments. I mean, my dad had to be on it all the time. Hey, we've got all this. We're going, and so, but they just want to get their money back.
Yeah,
and,
I bet.
So, I mean, he still should. Definitely, karma should come back for him.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Katie, first of all, thank your dad for his service. I'm going to put you on hold. 1 second, you were in the running. That I wouldn't even have thought of for that being a reason. Let me go. Fake name Jessica, good morning.
Hey, how's it going?
So your neighbor hired a PI because?
Yep. Yeah, so neighbor on the left's wife left him sadly after 2 kids and 10 years. Neighbor on the left, super sad, hired a PI, really good friends with us and the neighbor on the right. So confided in neighbor on the right. Turns out neighbor on the left's wife left him for neighbor on the right's husband.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah. My husband was taking out recycling one day. He walked out. Neighbor on the left, huffing and puffing, walking over, and he's like, dude, I'm about to tell neighbor on the right's wife that her husband's been sleeping with my wife.
Oh, my God. Wait.
My husband goes, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, so how they find out?
Recycling. PI. So he just kind of had this inkling, and turns out, fire pits weren't just fire pits, I guess.
Wait, what does that mean?
Yeah.
The neighbors, we'll just put it, they were very friendly with each other, I guess.
In the fire pit?
It's weird.
Okay.
I guess, I mean, basically they they were sleeping together for some time, and we all have kids, and they all just kind of hung out together, and we just, I don't know.
Oh, my God.
No.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Yeah, so if
No, fake name Jessica.
PIs are a good thing.
Yes. Hold on 1 second. You were in the running. I would love to see the next door group for that particular area to see what's going on. That's. I was just going to say too. It's always the neighbors on the left. If you leave your place, it's the neighbors on the left are always the biggest pain in the ass.
Yeah.
The ones on the right, for whatever reason, they're always fantastic. Let me go. Fake name Sophia. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, your dad hired one.
Oh, yes, he did. So back in the 80s, my dad was married to his ex-wife, I shouldn't say her name, his ex-wife, and she was cheating with the mailman who was the neighborhood he was so hot, whatever. My dad hired a PI to investigate all this jazz, and then the PI needed to get inside the house, investigate some things there. So my dad took her on a surprise trip to Barbados, and he found everything, figured out that she was in fact cheating with him, and then they got divorced, and his ex-wife now, 30 years later, he's been married to my mom for 28 years. She lives across the street from them.
Wait, what?
My God.
Wait,
wow.
Did she move across in a spiteful way? And how is your mom not giving her a piece of her mind?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're not close. It's very awkward.
Yeah, and so
wow.
wait, so this so I understand, your dad hired the PI and then took this trollop to Barbados?
Trollop.
Yes, he took that trollop to Barbados.
And by the way, this is 30 years ago. My man didn't have a phone. He had nothing. The restraint your father has, because there's a lot of people. I'll be honest, she wouldn't have come back.
Yeah, exactly. But it was funny because whenever I would go to his office when I was a kid for a day at work with him, he always had this engraved bamboo cup from Barbados, and it was from that trip, and it was like his trophy from finding that. And
that's badass.
A couple years ago.
That's okay. That's bad. Okay, fake names of feel on 1 second. You were in the running. Now, Riley, I have to ask you a question.
Okay.
I've heard a rumor since you are a Latin woman, y'all don't need PIs because y'all just find everything out yourselves.
When you said that immediately, I was like, I remember when I kind of turned into a PI and scaled a fence and climbed up a story.
Kind of.
Wow.
Kind of. Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes.
How about me go? Okay, fake name Brittany needs voice change. Hold on 1 second. Your fake name Brittany, good morning.
Good morning.
So you hired a PI for your ex-husband.
Yeah. We were married for like 10 years, and I had a 3-year-old daughter at the time. And I was actually pregnant with my son.
Oh, boy.
Like 7 months pregnant.
Wow.
And back in the day, they had email, but it wasn't like so big. And all of a sudden, we always shared an email address. And all of a sudden, one day, he had created his own email address. And this was a long time ago, so I was able to break into it.
Sure.
And I saw, like, receipts for flowers. I saw emails for hotel rooms and stuff like that.
Damn.
So I knew something was going on. Yeah. So I knew something was going on. But since I wanted to get divorced, but since I had 2 children, I needed to have something that would hold up in a court of law.
Sure.
So I hired a private investigator. And he was good. He was expensive, but he found, like, everything. Like, so one night he went out for drinks with this girl, and he got video of them, like, having drinks and kissing.
Damn.
And then they went to a hotel room. And so he got the video. He was, like, outside the hotel room door with a camera, but I guess he put it, like, across the hall, at the door across the hall, and just waited. And they went in, but he can't go in the hotel room or anything like that. So he just recorded them all night. And, like, at one point he called me and said, try to get him to come out so that we can get video of him coming out of the hotel room. Well, they were in there doing whatever. So he answered the phone, but he was just, like, not coming out of the room for me.
Yeah.
And then, so the next day, the girl left, and he got video of that. And then he also got video of my ex-husband smoking out the window.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Well,
Jeez.
Good night. Fake name Brittany, first of all, good for you for doing that. But to that PI, the patience. Can I ask this as a side note, like, how much does a PI cost? Like, over $5,000?
No, I think it was like $300.
Really?
$300 for that?
Wow.
Oh my! They could have that guy find everything. I lost my AirPods yesterday. I might hire him.
And then the next day, I remember I went there to see the video, and I was like 7 months pregnant. And the guy, PI must have had a daughter that was my age or something, because he went and showed me the video, and he's like, "Is that enough for you to get a divorce?" And I was like, still in it because all children, and I was pregnant. And he started yelling at me like, "This guy's swearing at me and telling me you need to dump him. He's good for nothing."
Yeah, no. Okay. All right. Okay. Fake name Brittany. Hold on 1 second. You were in the running. All that for $300. Let me go one more real quick. Fake name Melanie. Good morning.
Good morning.
So you hit somebody with your car, and they claimed that they were injured. So your PI found out what?
So I was actually driving through a parking lot, and they backed their car up. They weren't paying attention either, and I rear-ended their back passenger side. And the guy claimed that he was injured and couldn't move, so he took an ambulance over to the hospital and then tried to sue me for it. Come to find out, with a private investigator, he was never injured by me. He was mowing his lawn just fine. He was picking up his groceries out of his car.
Oh, damn.
They found him walking around parks with his wife. Like nothing had ever happened.
Oh, wow.
But when he would be sitting there during the disposition, he would act like he was in all this pain and he couldn't move. So long story short, I won, and I did not have to pay his lawyer fees and all of that stuff. So I'm really thankful.
Good for you.
For that.
But can I ask, fake name Melanie, did you get to see his face the moment he saw the video? Because that'd be so satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
I did not. That was we sent all of that over to his lawyer, and we were like, "Would you guys like to get rid of the? Would you guys just like to drop the case?" And got a call a couple hours later saying, "Hey, Meg, you're good. Oh no, you're good to go."
Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna drop that. Hey, fake. If a basically lawyer said, "Hey, fake Melanie, you're good to go."